What's up, YouTube? This is part 2 of warranty TXVs, 2 in 1 day. We've got a little bit more room to work around this one, and the day before, or a couple of days before, I had been out and got these pictures. I had high head or normal head with extremely low suction pressure. That's my temperature split before I hooked the whole gauge setup, and then there is my superheat and subcool. Ended up being another TXV. I had already recovered the refrigerant out of the system at the time of that visit, so I can get straight to the work needing done. I had learned a couple of lessons on the previous part 1 in regards to, ease of access and etc. So this one turned out a little bit easier. For one, it was also a larger unit, so I had more room in the blower compartment when I get to the point where I have to pull in there. But the video capture ended up being a lot simpler, and the job went quite a bit quicker because I didn't have to recover the refrigerant. This fitting did not want to come loose, so I had to pull it from the top rather than trying to pull the TXV down. Came out pretty quick then. It's always a little bit of a challenge to get the fittings to sweat apart, because you have to carefully balance the difference between too much heat and enough heat to get it to break loose. The cool gel worked out pretty good on the first one without being in the way, so we're going to do it again on this one. problem I've always had with using a wet rag around TXVs especially is that the valve is not very large, and sometimes your sweat-in nipples are not terribly long, and so by the time you wrap a rag around it that's soaked, you end up wetting the fitting as well as getting the rag potentially in the way of your brazing and soldering. I know a lot of you have probably baked a rag onto the valve because it dries out with the heat. While I was sitting around waiting for the vacuum to run, I felt a little tickle on my arm and discovered my little friend here. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up Steven's arm. It's kind of funny, here in a second he's going to stop at one of my arm hairs and play with that for a little bit. I really wanted to get a closer video and maybe slow it down so you could see his little intricate parts, but anyway, a little comic relief for the vacuum running time. No, that's not 1,000 microns. That was actually reading on the lower scale. I always start out reading my micron gauge on the high scale and let it run as long as possible, and then once I've been satisfied with it bottoming out, I'll go ahead and switch it to the lower scale, confirm it more accurately, and then proceed once I'm sure that I'm well below 500. Usually not happy if I don't get under 300 microns, which I'm pretty lucky to have been able to pull off most of the time. Actually got a fresh can of R410A, so we were able to push all of our charge in. Actually overshot by a few ounces, so rather than completely bleeding my hoses and overshooting, I dumped what was in my hose. With the factory charge, there is our final readings. Gonna throw a new Schrader core in there and we will be finished. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the two-part TXV replacement. A little bit of slow-mo here for the ending. Like, subscribe, comment, and share, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video.